everyone and welcome to the Time to Cook Club Advanced. So today we're making ghost pizza. So hopefully if you're joining me today you have all of your ingredients weighed out, measured and ready to go, and also the equipment from the equipment list. So let's make a start. So the first thing we need to do is we need to prepare our baking tray, and this is to stop your pizza from sticking to the tin. So you'll need to cut out a piece of non-stick baking paper about 12 inches long, and then you're going to fold it in half and you're going to cut it into a curve. So it's a little bit like a semicircle here, okay? You're going to open it up so it's kind of this shape, okay? And that's going to be the shape of your pizza. So now we've prepared our baking tray, we don't need to worry about it until it's time to pop the pizza onto the tray to go into the oven. So we can just pop it to one side. Okay, so we're going to make our dough first, our pizza dough first, because we need to wait for it to rise. So the first thing we're going to add to our mixing bowl is the fast action yeast. And if you're using a sachet like this, it's a whole sachet. If you're using a bigger pot of yeast, then it's just 7 grams. So we're going to add in the yeast to our mixing bowl, and then we're going to pour in the warm water. And this warm water is going to start to activate the yeast, okay, which is going to lead to your dough rising once you leave it to rest. Okay, so let's add the water, and then we're going to give the yeast a stir until it kind of starts to dissolve. You can use your spoon to kind of squash down the lumps of yeast on the side of the bowl, okay, which is going to help it to dissolve a little bit quicker. Okay, great work guys, well done. Okay, now we're going to add some sugar. We're going to add in half a teaspoon of sugar. We're then going to add 1 tablespoon of sunflower oil. So if you don't have any sunflower oil, any vegetable oil will do. Okay, so we're going to measure this out over a bowl first, okay, just in case we measure out too much. Okay, so 1 tablespoon. We're going to pop that in with the rest of the ingredients. You're then going to pop that bowl to one side while you work on your flour. We're using plain flour, and we're just going to add half a teaspoon of salt to our plain flour, okay? Again, I'm measuring out over a separate bowl just in case I pop a little bit too much in, okay? And then we're just going to use our spoon to just stir the salt into the flour. Great work guys, well done. Okay, so you now need to add your flour and your salt mixture into your wet ingredients. Okay, so you're just going to pour it in there, and then with your spoon you're going to give it a stir until all of those ingredients kind of bind together to form your dough. So keep scraping the sides of your bowl with your spoon, okay, to make sure that all of that flour mixture is mixed in. Okay, so once all the ingredients have come together, then you need to pop some dusting flour onto your work surface and also onto your hands. This is going to stop the dough from sticking to your work surface and to your hands while you're kneading the dough. So you just need to pop your dusting flour in a bowl to make it easier for you to be able to access. And you're going to use the dusting flour to sprinkle onto your work surface but also onto your hands as well. Okay, you're then going to take the ball of dough out of the bowl, okay, and you're going to start kneading your dough for 3 minutes, okay? So a really good tip is to pop on some good music, okay, which will make the time fly by. So when you're kneading, basically, you are just pushing down on the dough with the heel of your hand. Okay, really working the dough, and if the dough is quite wet then you can just keep adding some more dusting flour. Okay, that's absolutely fine. So I shall see you in 3 minutes time when you have kneaded your dough, and we can continue with the rest of our bake together. Okay, welcome back guys. So hopefully by now your dough has been kneaded into a ball and it's nice and smooth. So now what you need to do is, in a clean bowl, you're going to add some more oil, okay, like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use a pastry brush and you're just going to oil the sides of the bowl like so, okay? So we're going to pop the dough in a minute and we're going to leave the dough to rise. So the reason why we're oiling the sides of the bowl is so that the dough doesn't stick, because we're expecting the dough to grow to at least double its size, okay? So we're going to pop the dough in, okay, and then we're going to turn the dough over so it's kind of covered in oil. And then we're going to flip the dough over so it's lightly greased. So now what you need to do is you need to cover your bowl with cling film, and then you need to pop your bowl of dough into a warm place, okay, away from any drafts, and you're going to leave it to rise for between 30 and 45 minutes, okay? So your dough should be double the size that it is at the moment, okay? So when you found a nice sunny spot for your dough to rise in, join me back here because we're going to be making our tomato sauce and also our mozzarella ghosts. I'll see you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. So now we're going to be making our tomato sauce that's going to go on our pizza as the base. So you'll need your chopped tomatoes and you're going to add those to a bowl, okay? You're also going to crush your clove of garlic and add it to the tomatoes. So if you have a garlic crusher, you just pop it in and then press down. But if you don't have a garlic crusher, then you'll need to chop up your garlic into really small pieces. And then with a knife, you just scrape the garlic off your garlic press. You need 1 tablespoon of tomato puree, okay. And you're going to add that to the bowl, as well as 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup. Okay. So you're going to add in some dried herbs. We're using a teaspoon of oregano. Okay. And then we're also using a teaspoon of dried basil. We're going to pop in a pinch of sugar, which is really going to help to bring out the flavour of the tomatoes. And also a teaspoon of red wine vinegar. Okay, and now you're going to stir all of those ingredients really well together until everything is really nicely combined, okay? Remembering to scrape the sides of your bowl with a spoon, okay, just to make sure that all of those ingredients have been mixed in. And that's your tomato sauce. Now we're going to make our cheesy ghosts, our mozzarella ghosts. So you need to drain the juice out of 2 packets of mozzarella cheese, okay? You're then going to pop your cheese onto your work surface and you're going to take your template, your ghost template, and you're going to pop it on, okay? Like so. And then using a knife, you're just going to cut around the template so you've got yourself like a ghost shape, okay? Just remove the trimmings. Okay, great work, guys, well done. So you've got your ghost shape there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to carefully turn your mozzarella ghost shape over and you're going to cut, you need to get 3 kind of ghost shapes out of this piece of mozzarella, okay? So when you've done that, you can pop them onto a plate, okay, until you need to pop them on, okay? Like I said, you're cutting across and you're doing 3 ghosts out of each mozzarella ball, okay? We're just going to repeat with the other ball of mozzarella. So keep your trimmings to one side because we will use these, okay? And again, you're just going to cut. Okay, and then again, you're going to cut across, so you've got 3 ghosty shapes out of that mozzarella. Okay. Okay, great work guys. So you should have 6 mozzarella ghosts all together. From the trimmings, you're going to cut 4 triangular shapes. And the rest of your mozzarella is going to be grated, okay? So once you've got your 4 triangular shapes, you're then going to get a grater and you're going to rub the mozzarella down the grater, okay? So you're kind of keeping the mozzarella flat in your hand and just rubbing it down. Because it's a soft cheese, okay, you'll have to keep your hand flat while it's grating, okay? Just mind your fingers. Great work guys, well done. And just keep doing that until you've used up all the mozzarella trimmings. So I'm just gonna go and wash my hands and then join me back here and we can continue with our bake together. And then with a sharp knife, we're going to cut out mouth and eyes for each of our 6 mozzarella ghosts, okay? So when we're cutting out the mouth, we can like literally just cut out a slice. It's kind of like an O shape and then stick it on, okay? Like so. And for the eyes, you just want obviously 2 small black pieces of olive. Okay, so like I said, to make the eyes then, you could just get 2 small black pieces like this, okay, and then pop them on, okay. Actually, it needs to be quite small because the face of the ghost is really quite tiny, okay. And you're just going to repeat until you have popped eyes on all 6 of your mozzarella ghosts. Okay guys, so once you have made your mozzarella ghosts, your 6 mozzarella ghosts, you then need to preheat the oven, and you need to preheat the oven to either gas mark 6 or 200 degrees or 180 degrees if you're using a fan oven. You also need to pop in a baking tray to warm up in your oven. Then going to dust your work surface with some more flour, again to stop the dough from sticking. And once your dough has proved, okay, you're going to get it out. Like I said, it should be at least double the size that it originally was. And you're going to pop it onto your work surface. You can sprinkle some more flour on, that's fine. And you're going to stretch your dough into the shape of a semicircle, okay? So you need to grab that sheet, and what you're going to do is you're going to pop your dough on top, and you're going to stretch your dough out until it is the same size as your template, like so. And then you're going to press the dough up at the edges, okay, to create like a crust, like so. Okay. I'm just using my fingers to try and create like a ridge all around the edge, which will be the crust of the pizza. So now I need to pop on my tomato sauce. You might not need to use it all, okay? So pop it on, and then with the back of your spoon, you're just going to spread it out like so, okay? So it covers all of kind of the inside of your pizza because you've made that crust all the way on the outside, okay? Any tomato sauce that's left over, you can use on top of pasta in another dish, okay? That tomato sauce smells absolutely delicious, really rich and tomatoey. You're then going to sprinkle on top your 50 grams, just gonna make it really cheesy. Okay. You can use your fingers to kind of make sure that it covers all of that tomato sauce. And then you're also going to kind of sprinkle over, if you can, the grated mozzarella, okay? It will kind of be in clumps because it's quite a wet cheese. Don't worry. Just try and make sure that it's kind of dotted all over your pizza and not all in one place. Okay, now you need to go and get your baking tray out of the oven. Remember, it will be hot because it's been in the oven since you preheated it, okay? If you've got your baking tray out of the oven, please do be careful because it will be very hot. We're now going to pop our pizza onto the tray, okay? You're gonna have to kind of put your hands right under the bottom and just kind of slide it on like so, okay? And then if your mozzarella's kind of all gone into the middle, then just kind of spread it out a little bit, okay? Like so. Okay. Now you need to pop it back into your oven and cook it for 20 minutes, okay? You'll know that it's done because the edges will start to go brown. So join me back here and we can continue with our bake together. So it's 20 minutes in the oven. Okay, welcome back. So once your pizza has been cooking for 20 minutes, you need to take it out of the oven and then carefully place your ghosts on top, as well as the triangles of mozzarella. So if you see here, I've already done that job. So I've put my ghosts all the way around the edge, kind of spread them out, okay? And I've popped the triangles of mozzarella just at the bottom, okay? Make a bit of a pattern. All right, and then you pop it back into your oven for just a couple of minutes, so like 2 to 3 minutes. I turned the oven off when I did mine, popped it back in just to kind of for the mozzarella to melt a little bit, okay? Don't want to leave it in there for too long, otherwise your ghost shapes will spread so much that they won't look like ghosts anymore. And there you have your ghost pizza. So I really hope you enjoy cooking with me today, but more importantly, I hope that you enjoy eating your pizza and sharing it with your family and friends. It's the perfect spooky treat for a spooky Halloween family party. So I really look forward to cooking with you again next week when we'll be making another delicious spooky bake. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great week. Bye.